first time I stepped into the library, something felt wrong. The air was heavy, thick, like the walls themselves were holding their breath. I only went there because I needed a quiet place to study. My apartment was too noisy and the campus library shut too early. This one, an old public library at the edge of town, was always empty. The lights were dim, the carpet smelled of mildew, and the shelves leaned with age. But it was quiet, too quiet. The librarian barely looked at me when I walked in. She was pale, thin, her face like wax. She didn't say a word, just pointed me toward the far aisles. That first night, nothing happened. I read until closing, but the silence pressed harder with every passing hour. And when I left, her eyes followed me all the way out the door. I told myself it was nothing, just a strange place. But the second night, I saw something I shouldn't have. I wandered into an aisle I didn't remember being there before. The books on those shelves were old, their leather cracked, their titles long gone. When I opened one, every single page was blank. I pulled another, also blank, and another, dozens of them. That's when I heard it, a whisper, right behind my ear. Not words, just breath. I slammed the book shut and hurried back. And at the front desk, the librarian was staring straight at me. That night, when I got home, I found black dust on my floor, dust that smelled faintly of smoke. The third night, I sat down to read. Hours passed. The lamps buzzed. The silence grew heavier. Then movement, a shadow flickering between the shelves. I looked up. Nothing. Then again, low, thin, sliding through the gaps. I stood, my heart pounding. Hello? No answer. Then came the sound of creaking, like something climbing inside the shelves themselves. I grabbed my things. At the door, the librarian was waiting. And this time, she smiled. I swore I'd never go back. But the next morning, a blank book sat inside my bag. I hadn't taken it, but it was there, open to a single page. And on that page, in fresh black ink, was my name. I threw it away. But when I came home later, it was on my desk again. This time, the dust was thicker. I went back to the library that night, demanding answers. But the building had changed. The aisles stretched further than they should, twisting, endless. I shouted. My voice cracked. But the only answer was whispers, dozens of voices, then hundreds. Figures shifted in the shadows, crawling out of the shelves themselves, pale, thin, their eyes black pits, their fingers sharp as paper claws. I ran. Every turn led deeper. Books fell open as I passed. Hundreds of pages flapping, though there was no wind. The whispers rose, a chant I couldn't understand. Finally, I stumbled into the front desk. The librarian was there, waiting. Her eyes were completely black now. You read too much, she whispered. Her voice wasn't hers anymore. It was hundreds of voices, layered, crushing. The shelves groaned. The figures crept closer. I ran, out the door, into the freezing night. I didn't stop until I was miles away. At home, I locked the doors, the windows. I didn't sleep. The next morning, I tried to believe it was a breakdown. Stress, my imagination. But when I opened my bag, the blank book was there, a new page filled in. Not my name this time, a date, tonight's date. And at the bottom, in fresh, dripping ink, was a single line. You belong to the library now.